What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 59. We're starting today's episode with transfer deadline day, and on the back of our first loss of the season at Villa Park 2-1 against Aston Villa. Obviously we won our opening two games, West London derbies against Chelsea and Fulham, but that big shocking defeat at Villa Park left me wondering on deadline day with around £10 million in our budget. Do we make a big move? Now, I mentioned during this summer window, there were a few players I wasn't against selling if the right bids came in. Those are the two players, their deals are coming at the end of the year. Big Chris, Frank Onyeka, and also Ibrahim Sangare as well. And we had bids for two of the three, both of the centre-halves, Asia and also Sangare, approached there. And decent bids as well, one for Big Chris from Rayo Vallecano, and another one for Sangare, who's had a lot of interest this summer, but in the end, I thought, what should we do with this Brentford team on deadline day? Make a big move, panic on the back of that loss to Aston Villa, and know we've got Real Madrid in our Champions League group, or keep the core together? And in the end, I opted for the latter. I gave Onyeka and Big Chris new contract extensions, because whilst we have now signed Wilfred Ndidi, Onyeka's now going to drop to the bench, and of course, Big Chris now has become like fifth choice centre-half in this team. I really feel as though this Brentford team has got a nice core to it. You know, I really feel that. We developed a nice little British core, and yes, I know that all three of the players I just mentioned there are non-British, Big Chris, Sangare, and also Onyeka as well. But it's got a nice core, and we sort of growing up together, do you know what I mean? We brought in these guys, or in the case of Big Chris and Frank, we inherited these guys. We've kept them here, and they've developed so well into really good Premier League players. So I decided in the end on deadline day, despite some major bids coming in, we had another bid here for Sean Pratt. That's like the third bid this season. I couldn't help but laugh at this. Aston Villa wanted to give us back Juan Hernandez. They wanted to give us back Juan Hernandez. And I was thinking, I don't think Juan's going to turn up to training if he becomes a Brentford player again. He hates me, man. He's not coming back here. And also Rico Henry as well. Real Madrid putting in a £23.1 million bid. And a massive bid here again. This time Brian Mbeumo wanted by Manchester City for 46.3 mil. He's done so well to transition into an attacking midfield, and a good one as well after a struggling first two seasons. But despite some big bids on transfer deadline day, and some really big bids as well, Consa wanted by Barcelona for £49 million, massive bid for our 85 rated 27-year-old centre-half. In the end, as I also rejected this bid from Hertha Berlin for Ibrahim Sangare, there were a lot of offers that I could have considered. I could have made like 150 mil on transfer deadline day and just bought in a major superstar, but in the end, I decided to keep the core here. You see the players that we lost in this summer, £1.75 million. Alex Iwobi getting swapped to Leicester City in exchange for Wilfred Ndidi, and Dominic Thompson going to Bournemouth. Everyone else stays. To me, I think what we've done a really good job of with this Brentford team is assembling a core, developing the players that were here, and keeping the band together. I think that's the main reason we've had success in the first 4 years, now becoming a Champions League side, finishing the top four last year, winning our first major honour in the EFL Cup. To me, I feel like keeping the core together was more important than making some big moves, getting some big money, and making some big signings. In the end, I decided to keep faith in my Brentford core, and I'm glad I did, because you look at the team here, you see the fixture for September, including our Champions League debut against Real Madrid. Can't wait. You know, we're a 3-5-2/5-3-2 team, and it's really good. Like, it's a really solid team. We're a 5-star team on merit. I think going forward, we're so threatening. Tony and Gutierrez, what a duo, and Mbeumo right behind. Our wing-backs often get involved in the goals as well. You know, this is a really good Brentford team. We're a 5-star team, and justifiably so as well. I talked about it going into the Champions League. We're here on merit. We haven't snuck in fourth on the final day last year. We were in second place for practically the entire season. So, you know, I think we're a great team, and I think this season, I mentioned it in the season opener this year, we got to start acting like one. Like, we got to start acting like big boys. We're not a selling club. We're not going to sell some of our players to a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or another European giant. No, we're saying we're becoming a European giant, because we are. I don't know why my voice is going so high, sorry guys, but we're a 5-star team now. Like, we're becoming a European giant ourselves. We might not be there just yet, but we're not far off as a 5-star side. We've got to change our mentality. We are now a big boy, and a big boy on merit. So for the first game outside of the transfer window was Southampton. Ralph Hasenhüttl side, they're coming to take us on at the Community Stadium. aim to get back to winning ways on the back of the shock loss to Aston Villa. We take lead very early on. I played a very high press game against Southampton. We know they're a side like to pass out from the back and keep hold of the ball and retain possession, but I've mentioned before that's hard to do when you're away from home against a big boy. You know, sometimes if they're playing a press, then you will get caught out. And that's what happened for Southampton for both of the opening 2 goals. First, a poor pass across the face of the goal, De Silva turning a cutback, and then I love that cutback from Tony there. Won the Golden Boot a couple of years ago, set a new record, but he knows his role in this team. He's not an all-out and, everything needs to be his goal. He's fine getting the assists every now and then as well as a team player. Sets up Mbeumo, Brentford go 2-0 up, and he gets rewarded by getting a goal back 28 minutes in himself. And Mbeumo back to Ivan Toney, and he gets his reward for playing selfless earlier. See, if you're selfless, then good things will happen. You'll get it back in time. What goes around comes around. So, yeah, Brentford 3, Southampton 0. Tony running the show, really, in the first half. Could have got another assist here. Gutierrez denied, as we were still leading by 3 and really in complete control in the first half here against the Saints. Unfortunately, we would see indeed he got for an aerial duel, and wouldn't you just know it, club record signing, 72.5 mil, massive, big summer marquee signing, and he goes down and gets an injury. Thankfully, he would soldier on. In complete control in the game though, 3-0, leading with 3.5 minutes to go. Can we see out the clean sheet in the third of the season? Well, 3.5 minutes to go, just couldn't keep my composure. I've got a real habit of conceding late goals and panicking in late game situations. Even when the points are secure and in the bag, I just struggle to keep hold of the clean sheet. I just feel the pressure. Gave away a silly penalty with Sean Pratt. Balo sent the wrong way, and the Saints will grab themselves, if nothing else, a consolation going. What was eventually a 3-1 victory. So big win there, return to Inglaise, and proof that we didn't need to panic on the back of that loss to Aston Villa. We could have said, oh my god, beaten 2-1, already defeat on the board in our first 3 games. Do we blow things up? Do we sell a couple of players, bring in a star? Nah, no need to panic. This team, this core, we've grown up together. We're an awesome 5-star team on merit as well. So big return to winning ways there. I knew it would be a blip, and it was indeed. And thankfully as well, the big news after the game, Wilfred Ndidi. I'll tell you, I was a little bit worried he might have like a broken toe or something. Sometimes players can soldier on despite having a lengthier injury, but thankfully it was just a bruised shoulder, 5-day injury. So whilst he would miss our Champions League debut against Real Madrid, it was not a noteworthy one for our new Nigerian midfielder. So here we go. Could not wait for this. Ever since the draw was made, I was so excited. Champions League debut for Brentford in the big time for the first time, now 5 seasons in. And welcome to the Champions League. Who have we got? The Galacticos. Real Madrid simply could not wait. So heading into the game, Real Madrid here taking us on 4 minutes into the game. Excited, nervous, feeling a little bit of pressure. And welcome to the Champions League. Because 4 minutes in, former B, James Tarkowski, don't ask me why, was playing right wing in this game for Real Madrid. But it proved to be a masterclass from Carlo Ancelotti, because just 3 minutes in, he got the assist for the opening goal. Sam Greenwood, the former Leeds boy, makes it 1-0 Real Madrid, and we're behind early. And I was thinking, okay, it's alright, it's our debut in the Champions League. Nerves, pressure, that's to be expected. 12 minutes in, we're 2-0 down. I don't know how this ball trickled into the back of the net. Justin Balo has been an amazing goalkeeper since coming at the start of last season from Feyenoord, but you got to point the fingers there at our Dutch number 13. The ball spent through to Greenwood. First tackle made, and then, oh, Justin, he scuffed the shot, and maybe that's why he was caught out, but even so, it was straight down the middle. It really was straight at him, and he just slipped on the turf, and it trickles in to the unguarded net. Brentford 0, Real Madrid 2, and I was thinking, this dream is turning into a nightmare quickly. But 8 minutes before the break, we were looking for someone out there to stand up and be counted, and when that's often the case, it's often this guy that turns up big. Ivan Toney, first goal in the Champions League, gets onto the through ball, chips it over Courtois with a weaker left foot, and before the break, we halved the deficit, and we're back in the game. And I knew we could score goals. We can always score goals. Defending is the problem, but back in the game, 2-1, and 8 minutes after the restart, he does it once again. Tariq Lamptey storming down the right-hand side, gets in behind the back line, cuts it across, and who's there to turn in from inside the 6-yard area? This guy, man, seriously. Whilst Roberto now has become the star of this team, Ivan Toney is still the mentor. Brentford 2, Real Madrid 2, a brace for Ivan, and we battle back from 2 goals down to level it, showing Real Madrid we're no pushovers despite the slow start. But after we got our second goal though, Real Madrid really upped the intensity. A great save by Balo there kept us still tied at 2-2, but on the hour mark, this was just an absolute calamity. Cross-fielding to Santos, and what on earth was he doing? I don't know what happened. I tried to pass out, and he just left the ball. It hit him on the back. He slipped, Real Madrid win it back, and then Bale comes out of his goal for absolutely no reason. Wasn't a holding triangle, he just went walkies. What Santos was doing, I don't know. Why Bale came out of his goal, I don't know. There was no pressure. Green was not going to head it in from there, but he does because Bale gets caught in no man's land. What a frustrating, sickening goal. And an absolute throwaway. And one of those goals, I sort of like just put my hands up and think, really? Seriously? What did I do wrong? I don't understand. But Real Madrid back in front. It's Green with a hat-trick. It's 3-2 Real Madrid. But I desperately pushed and pressed late on to try and find a late leveller. We almost got lucky with 20 seconds to go. Lookman's cross across the goal, deflected over the bar for a corner. And from that corner, Tony with the ball to Anthony, turns it in. And in stoppage time, what a thriller for our Champions League debut. And what late drama. Axel Tuanzebe turns in the rebound and heads in the equaliser with seconds on the clock. What a game at the community stadium, and proof that we're here with the big boys and we can battle. We battled back from 2 goals down to get back on level terms, then surrendered it and then levelled it again. 3-3 the final score. A bittersweet moment for Sam Green with the hat-trick, but not the 3 points. But what a game, man. What a thriller. And if that's what we're in store for in the Champions League, I'm excited to be here. What an absolutely brilliant game that was. What a way to make our debut. Standing up to the Galacticos, getting the draw, and I'll certainly take that in match day 1 in the Champions League group. That was such a thriller, such a fun game to play, and I felt we deserved the luck on the back of that conceding that 3rd goal there. We get it. Tuanzebe the hero. 3-3 the final score. And not bad for Brentford. Start the season off. 3 wins in our first 4 seasons. Top of the tree on goal difference. The point against Real Madrid in our Champions League debut. I'll take it. Great start to the season. This is going to be so eventful. But that was this episode of Carrimo, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, if you hadn't, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.